Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the DCI on Angel's Wings. This is a pretty interesting looking mobile device stand that uses a suction cup to attach onto the back of any smartphone or phablet. It is a universal stand and you can use your smartphone in either the horizontal or the portrait orientations. This is not designed to be used with any tablets such as the Apple iPad because it can't sustain the weight, and otherwise it has a pretty interesting looking design and sells on Amazon.com for roughly $10. It's a little bit pricey for something that's essentially just a rubber suction cup that allows your device to prop upright, and we've seen less expensive options already on the market, but again, this one does combine one of the most creative designs that we've seen in quite some time. So if this one does appeal to you, it certainly has the look. On the side, you have some basic info about how to attach it. And taking a look at the construction quality of the stand next, the wing part is crafted out of a very rigid plastic material that feels quite solid and substantial. The detail work on the actual wings are quite nice, and it gives a very three-dimensional feel overall. The actual suction cup is crafted out of a rubber material. It's a little bit on the smaller side of the spectrum, and to get a more tight seal, the company also recommends that you add a slight drop of moisture or water to adhere to the back of your phone. There's also a pull tab that you can use to remove the stand from the back of your device. So taking a quick look at how it functions, I have a Galaxy S3, which has a very shiny and polished surface in the back, which is obviously going to be a bit more easier for the phone to be attached to the stand. So if I wanted to attach it down below here, I just press on it and get all the air out, and preferably with a flat surface, I can then place it down on the tabletop and watch a few videos. You can also change the tilt angle and the orientation by adjusting the placement of the actual stand. To get a horizontal orientation, I can also use this the other way and attach it like so, and you can see that it's actually staying on the phone pretty nicely. I can also set it down again on a tabletop or a surface to then watch a few videos when I'm on the go, perhaps place it onto a plane or onto a train, and I'm ready to go. For devices with a more concaved back as well as a more coarse material, the actual suction cup doesn't tend to stay on as well. However, it still does a pretty good job as long as your suction cup is clean and also has a bit of moisture on it. So here we have an Oppo Find 7. This has a carbon fiber-like design on the back, which is very matte and sandpaper-like. So obviously it's not going to be as ideal as the Samsung Galaxy device's back. However, I can still attach it by pretty firmly and afterwards set it onto a tabletop and it still will work. However, the thing is, with a device that has a more coarse back, it's going to be easier to snap off by itself, and we found during testing that occasionally the stand did pop off after roughly 10 minutes of usage. So that's something to take note of. It's not going to be 100% stable, which is a little bit unfortunate. When it comes to portability, it's very small, but again, since the wing parts are quite rigid and kind of sharp around the corners, it does make transportation a bit tougher if you plan on using it directly in your pocket. But overall, it's not a bad stand. I would say it's not going to be for every single phone. I would recommend that you check out the back of your device, and if it has a very polished, shiny material or it's glossy, it might work fine, especially for some iPhone devices out there. But for a device that has a coarse material on the back, I would recommend opting for something else, even though this has a very interesting design. So to learn more information about this particular stand, be sure to read our full written review. This has been our video. Thanks for watching. Cure OS.